What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of What's New in Kaiju, and we got an interesting one for you tonight. We're going over two Rodans, the Monarch finale, or is it just one Rodan? Who knows? We're going to go all over it. We got the Human Vapor Netflix trailer that just dropped and kind of took everyone off guard. I want to talk about that. And then, and then we got a couple figures to possibly go over, depending on how long our finale deep dive goes. Leslie, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Welcome back. Because you were absent last week for a really good reason. Your wife's birthday. Happy belated birthday, Kelly.
Yeah,
Um,
she
had a
old
great
now.
show with say what?
She old
She
now,
what?
she old.
Oh boy, you really
Yeah,
trying to
she
dig
old.
that hole? You really want to do
Always.
that?
Always.
You're this close to Kaiju Brooklyn. Don't screw it up. But yeah, welcome back. It's great to have my partner in crime. Also, a huge shout out to Greg Betters for showing up last week and
Yes, sir.
helping me showcase that Galloping Ghost awesome King Caesar in 1974. Please check it
Yep.
out if you haven't just yet. But yeah, I just mentioned Kaiju Brooklyn. Here we are, what, 2 weeks away
My
from
God,
this
I know.
weekend? 2 weeks from
Dude.
this upcoming weekend is going to be Kaiju Brooklyn, and of course, I'm continuing the weekly tradition leading up to Kaiju Brooklyn of showcasing some artwork from the curator of that show, Rebel 7, aka John Bloody Jr. And now I'm showcasing the his artwork on, of course, my favorite film of the Millennium series and my wife's favorite Godzilla film of all time, GMK, Godzilla Mothra King. I'm not going to say the whole title because we ain't trying to be here all night. But you know what? You know what movie I'm talking about. So yeah, gonna rep Rebel 7, and John Bloody Jr. In honor of Kaiju Brooklyn coming up real soon. And I can't wait for Kaiju Brooklyn because I know he did an updated version of GMK in poster form. So I can't wait to grab that. Me and Sandra might come away with 4 of them. That's how much
Nice.
we love GMK in this house. But yeah, well, thank you so much for everybody for being here. And let's talk about some great stuff. Monarch, Human Vapor, and some other stuff.
Yeah,
Can't wait
man.
to dive into it.
Dive into the chat real quick. Chris, what's going on, man? Frank, Julio, Marcellus, what's going on?
Oh, Marcellus,
Boys!
what's up, baby? What's up, baby?
So
I
let's
think you
get
know what?
into.
I think he's coming to Kaiju Brooklyn too. I
Oh,
think he's coming too. So yeah.
okay. Okay. So our first topic, Rodan. Fucking Dan. 2 Rodans. What does it mean? Do we know? We're not even sure. All right, so I want to go over some of the facts. But first, before we even get to the Rodan, just the Monarch finale in general. Leslie, what was your take? Would like it, love it, problems? What do you got?
I loved it. And I'm torn between if that's my favorite episode or the first episode is my favorite. It ended things on a great note. And actually, it kind of circumvent expectations because you thought the fight was going to be the end of the episode, but really, when you find out, it's all about sending Titan X home. Um, but that fight, oh my God, that fight without question, the best fight this series, this TV show has ever done. It outshined the Ion Dragon Godzilla fight. My God, that fight was just.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people talk about, man, Kong got his butt whooped, and yes, that's true. But at the same time, Kong was giving them hands. He was throwing them hands to Titan necks. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it was a really that was what we were waiting for. Like the fight is what we were waiting for. It was a back and forth brawl. Again, the way Kong was just throwing those hands to Titan necks, and she just shrugged them off, and it was everything I really, really wanted. Plus, again, we saw more Skull Island, which I really, really enjoy. And again, this season has done something that I didn't do with the last season. I'm still keeping my Apple TV subscription. After the first season was done, there was nothing there that made me want to go back and rewatch the episode. But this season, like, I'm keeping it for I don't know how long, but I want to dive back more into this season because I really enjoyed this season more so than the last season. But yeah, that final fight, that was, in my opinion, one of the best fights the Monsterverse has ever done. Like, I think it's better than
Yeah.
his fight with the Skull Crawler on Skull Island, in the movie. It was really that good. What about you?
Well, speaking of that though, I mean, it didn't bother you that Kong also got defeated yet again by another monster? Because if it wasn't for that egg, I don't know.
And,
I think Kong
and
is done. Titan X got him pinned on the wall. He's scared.
yeah, yeah, but y'all seem to dive in on that moment where he's pinned up against the wall. It'd be one thing if Kong was like cowarding. He was still fighting. He was still trying to
Yeah,
get out of
yeah.
it. That's not a defeat by any means. Yeah, was Titan X the favorite in that situation? Yeah, but you also have to realize she's also enhanced. A lot of people don't want to talk about that.
What do you mean
She's
she's
enhanced.
enhanced? She's
Like
not
doesn't
enhanced.
Titan?
She's just getting
I mean,
pissed. Like they're triggering her.
right,
They
but
didn't
she
give her
wasn't.
super soldier serum here.
Yeah, but she's triggered. She wasn't triggered with Godzilla. Like she had no added bonus with Godzilla, but she has one with Kong. But see, Team Godzilla, you don't want to talk about that because
No,
y'all have this bias. But
I just want to talk about Kong losing all the time, all the time.
he didn't lose. He didn't lose. He held his own.
He would have lost. He would have lost.
No, no, no. See, you said he would have. There's a
Oh, he
big
would have.
difference. He would have, but he didn't. I'll defend that. I'll down that hill. Like, come on now, y'all not gonna do that. Now, yes, there are times where Titan has got the better of him, but y'all forget that Kong was throwing them hands and rocking her back and forth. And there's a part of the fight where Kong notices that for some reason, why would Keiko want to drive to rescue Kate and drive right through two battling Titans? He spots her, and that basically kind of changes up his strategy how to fight Titan X. So not only he has to fight Titan X, he's worried about not crushing the humans.
Well, yeah,
That also
he
played a
even
part.
no, that was awesome. That little shot where he actually saves them when Titan X's tentacles are basically gonna kill them both.
Hmm.
Kong reaches out and grabs it, and I thought
Yeah.
that was such an awesome, like, because it happens really fast, but it's just like, man, like you said, that fight scene. I'm so glad that they basically gave us that amount of action and how good it was. And
Hmm.
for me, it made up for, like, because you can understand why they don't have that much monster action throughout the entire the show, because it's probably not possible budget wise, seeing how much obviously of the budget went into that finale episode. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I love the episode. Just getting into to see where everything was going with Lee and Keiko and Kate.
Yes.
It was like, okay, I'm loving where it's all headed with,
Hmm.
especially Lee, man. Lee, for some unknown reason, that gets us to our big main topic here. Is in Thailand. Once again, we're back in Thailand. Although I'm still very curious at like how they're gonna pull off the separate Apex daughter villain thing with the whole time travel for rich people idea. I'm hoping that kind of gets squashed early on, and we're leaning more
Me
into the
too.
developmental of like the development of Mecha Godzilla. I want to see that of Apex. I don't care about time traveling Axis Monday spas. If we get a season 3,
Hmm.
and then I love seeing Kong when he realized it was an egg. That was an amazing moment when she basically kind of bows to him, like, "Look, man, I'm sorry. I just want my baby. I'd like to leave." And he's like, "You good?
Yeah.
You good? We just almost killed each other, but no problem." And he just gets out of the way,
Hmm.
so gracefully. But then the big moment finally happens. Lee Shaw turns the corner, looks at a volcano, and one of and it is funny because believe the week before that episode aired, we even had a Rodan segment talking about his greatest appearances and how he's kind of been the most forgotten of the core monsters.
Yeah,
And
especially
lo
this
and
year.
behold, there's our boy, or possibly girl, chilling
Mm.
on the volcano once again. Um, Dude, I'm still hyped about it. I'm still hyped about it. Like,
Yeah.
um, and then I had posted this up. because the VFX supervisor basically said the Rodan is basically the same monster from Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I love that design. So by saying that, there has been a lot of back and forth on what that actually means. Now, is he just talking about the design? Most likely. Like, obviously you want the Rodans to look very similar if they're the same species. But here are the facts on why I really do believe if we get a season 3 that it's going to be a second Rodan, which is an incredible callback to the original 1956 film. But and I just recently watched King of the Monsters with Abby, and she loved it. And I actually even found a new appreciation for it as well. It usually has always ranked at the very bottom for me in terms of the Monsterverse films. And I don't know if it was Abby's excitement or whatnot, but it got a bump up for me.
Good.
But, one of the things that they specifically call out when talking about Rodan and Outpost 56, again, nod to 1956, is that they established that outpost, I believe, in 1991, and he's been dormant there. Basically, I believe he was born there, and so I don't even think he's ever come out. So it's pretty much feasibly impossible for it to be the same Rodan, unless the only possible way it could be the same Rodan is if there's some kind of weird rift access Monday thing through the two volcanoes. That's the only thing I can even possibly think of. Or they're just going to completely retcon Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I don't think they're going to do. Because again, this is, so far in the story, this is 2 years before the events of King of the Monsters. So I cannot see it happening. It has to be two different Rodans. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I believe it's two Rodans. Again, there have been two Mothras in the Monsterverse, thus far. Like, one died and then another one came in, um, but again, like you said, the call back to 56 because there were two Rodans in that movie.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just glad somebody's finally shown Rodan some love, and you've been hearing me say this every now and then ever since this year started. And I'm big on anniversaries. I'm big on anniversary when it comes to kaiju and movies and things of that nature. And I've always been saying that Rodan has been like the redheaded stepchild for some reason. And I don't, for the life of me, don't understand why. Again, he has not gotten an anniversary logo just yet. There's no acknowledgement. If they're gonna, maybe Frank's in the chat. Maybe he can speak to this. I don't know if they're gonna do Rodan in 4K in the theaters in Japan. Maybe they should. But it seems like Toho has not done anything to acknowledge Rodan at all. And I was hoping that somebody would, but yet the Monsterverse does in this capacity. And you would think it would make everybody happy, but still at the same time, there are a lot of people that are happy.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
there
say,
are some
I'd
people,
say
yeah, but
majority's happy.
yeah, majority, yes, but there are a few weeds out there. You know
There's
what I'm saying? I call
always will
them
be.
few weeds that are complaining like, wow, Rodan is like, how could that be possible? Wasn't he trapped in the volcano? And like,
Well,
how's it going to be two Rodans and how they going to retcon it? It's like, and that's the thing that a lot of people have been asking for. Like, specifically, a lot of people have been asking for at least Rodan to come back, right? Because,
yeah.
we all love his appearance and his design from King of the Monsters. Now we're finally getting them back, whether it's a second Rodan or not, and people are still complaining. It's like,
Well, I think people just don't want them to retcon like King of the Monsters. I think that's, because again, they've been very vague. Again, you've had the visual special effects supervisor break down, why they look the same. But so, there's been a lot of vagueness and coming from the Monsterverse, and no one's flat out come out and said, no, they're actually two Rodans. So, that's part of the fun stuff, speculating. But I think the negativity is more like people don't want to see a retcon. I think that's kind of more the issue. I think if it's officially announced that there are two Rodans, I think everyone will be universally ecstatic, unless you just hate Rodan. Because I mean, how could you? Between the callback to the 56 of there being two of them, which was pretty much the big twist of that movie. Um, I I love it. I love going in this possible direction because
Hmm.
it also sets up future. Between like now, what happens if these two Rodans get together? Like you can literally do that again. It opens up the door for that, and to just
Maybe,
explore more of Rodan's origin. Uh,
yeah. If they build a next season around this, I'm fine with that. And talk about key stuff that happens in the movies, whatever. Like two Rodans going at it. I never thought about that until you just said it. Like, imagine that two Rodans, battling them for dominance. That would be cool. Or
and then
again,
fall in love. You know what I mean? Like
Red fall in love. Or
assuming
Rodan,
assuming it's a female.
right? Or Rodan fighting Godzilla. Godzilla could
Yes.
come back in the next season. I just hope that if Rodan gets defeated, which more likely he probably will, just don't bow. Like Monsterverse, please don't do that. We lived through that tragedy once. We don't need to do it again.
Yeah.
Or we could get a situation where Kong fights Rodan, which is something we've never seen before.
Yeah,
So
I would
that would be
love to
interesting.
see that. I would love to see that. I,
So
I was almost like when they first did introduce like the ionic dragon, I was just like, that should be Rodan. So I'm glad to see Rodan's back. But Rodan would have been perfect to be on Skull Island. Like he just again that my biggest issue with the Monsterverse, where I think they came up short, is not making Skull Island like the Monsterverse's Monster Island. I thought it would have been too perfect. But I guess they just don't want Godzilla and Kong to play on the island together.
and you know
uh,
what? Now that you said that, it just really drives the point home for me. And I was thinking about this today while I was driving. That really, and I'm not trying to say this to be a stick in the mud or whatever, but really, when you sit down and think about it, if you take Godzilla out of season two of Monarch, does it really change anything? It's like I mean, it was nice to see him, but I am thoroughly
yeah.
convinced on how they used him, or at least underutilized him, that I think that they literally advertised him coming in just to get at least a lot of people on Team Godzilla to watch this show. Because there are a lot of people on Team Godzilla that does not even like Kong or like anything having anything to do with Kong. And I think that they really, I mean, the people behind the MonsterVerse, they see what's going on. They see social media. They know that when it comes to MonsterVerse, Godzilla is more heavily favored by a lot of people, or at least in the fandom, he's more heavily favored by a lot of people. So I
Yeah.
think they strategically did that, splice in those clips of Godzilla on the show to make you think that he would have a bigger role than he actually did, just to make sure they had as much people as they could watching the show, which is smart, but at the same time, it's kind of like a dickbag move, really, because
Eh,
really, again, as I said, you take Godzilla out the equation, it doesn't really change anything, not that much.
no,
So
it doesn't. But I still liked how he was in the show. I like how they intertwined him in. Um,
yeah,
I didn't feel like he distracted from it. But yeah, they're always gonna. But it's Godzilla, man. Godzilla is the quote unquote Wolverine of the franchise. He's got to be front and
hmm,
center.
right,
But honestly, Kong wasn't really in it much either. This was 100% a origin on Titan X. Titan X was the focus
yes,
monster every single episode. It really, Godzilla and Kong, for the most part, really don't show up until
they're
the
more so
first
supporting
episode,
characters.
and yeah. So which I loved, honestly. Give me
Me too.
more stuff like that. And if season 3, if the indicator is we're basically going to get a Rodan season,
Hmm.
yes, please, yes,
Hmm.
I will take as much Rodan shit as you can possibly give me.
Hmm.
So I'm all for that, all for that. I
I really
thought
dug the humans this time around. Like again,
yes,
like I know that's been like a point of contention with a lot of people, as if people didn't understand the assignment from the first season. Like again, we know this is a MonsterVerse show and it's going to be monsters in it, but with Monarch, it's more so about Monarch and about the people. again, like we just said, the monsters are supporting characters. They're not the main characters. I could understand if both seasons went by and there was not one single monster appearance, and people would be upset. Fine,
Yeah.
but I really dug the humans. Like I really dug the stories because again, these are people that's a part of this extraordinary organization. But at the end of the day, they're still people. They have issues, they have struggles, they have these bonds, and I love how all that was explored. You know, you see more so tragedy and heartache in a lot of these stories, but I dug it. I dug it again more so this season again. Like I said, is the reason why I'm keeping Apple TV for at least another 2 or 3 months. Last season, once the episode was done, I cut that crap off the very next day. I'm not doing it this time because I want to go back and watch these episodes because
Yeah.
especially seeing the young Lee Shaw, like he act his ass off in this season. He was like the MVP in
Yeah,
my
man.
opinion.
Yeah, the Russells absolutely killed it and made the show, just take it to another level. For me, I think Keiko was great this season as well. Tying
Kate
the
too.
Bill, Kate finally became bearable at the end, and because in the beginning I was like, just please die, please. But I did
Yeah.
like I did like tying her into Titan X and whatnot, and yeah, she definitely came on a redemption trail the second half of the
Hmm.
season, which is good because again, she's a great actress. I mean, they just really
Yes,
have
she
not
is.
given her much to do in the Monsterverse, so it looks like that's going to change, which is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Her brother's story, I that whole extra little story,
Yeah.
I'm way more interested in what May would do with Apex because clearly it's her plans that eventually evolve into what Mecha Godzilla is. I want that. I want to see that from Apex. The Access Monday spa thing is whatever to me. It's a cool concept, but I don't know if is that really like a villainous thing. But I did
Mhm.
love how the show tied Billy Randa, gave us a full circle moment to Skull Island.
Yes.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Skull Island, I love that movie. I still think it's one of the best installments in the MonsterVerse, all
Ain't
around.
lying.
And to get that full circle moment was fantastic. I absolutely loved
Hmm.
it.
Me too.
I kind of want to go back and watch that movie and see if there's really any kind of Easter eggs that might, you don't really think about in terms of like maybe Keiko or something that's in the background. I don't know. I'm very curious. I
It
haven't
was
seen
nice in the
anything.
beginning of the. It was nice in the beginning of the last episode when they're before the credits, the pre-credits roll and they're being chased by those green critter looking things that roll around and blah blah blah, and they dodge and they seek refuge in one of the old helicopters that Kong bashed back in 1973. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's one of the copters from Skull Island." It's like again, and I know that there's a criticism of Monarch where they do have lot of inconsistency. There are a lot of things that don't really match up with the movies, but and that's there. But on the stuff they do get right, they do match up with the movies. They get it right. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, yes, that's
Yeah.
fine. I love that.
One of the things we were talking about earlier today that I would love because I had just watched King of the Monsters again for the first time. I would love for them to bring in Dr. Lin uh, from King of the Monsters with the whole Mothra twins and all of that lore that they put
Yeah.
into that movie that has yet to resurface again. I mean, I would love imagine Lee Shaw running into her and like that's season 3. Like give me that, please. I would
I hope we
love.
get Serizawa. Honestly, I hope we get Serizawa. And you know what? I would even go as far as to say if they even do what they did in the Dark Knight and recast, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's not the most
No,
popular decision,
don't do that.
but as long as we get the character, because it does that's one of the main questions that I have. Like it does feel kind of funny that he's mentioned, but he's not shown. Like, don't you think that he would at least be shown at least
Yeah,
once during these 2 seasons? Like I said, if they can get the actor who played him, I mean, just to get him on the show, I'll be fine if they recast him or something. But he has to be on the next season. He has to be more than
Yeah,
just a
with
mere
only
name
yeah with
drop, in
with
my
only a
opinion.
2 year gap between the next two movies, you would imagine we're gonna get a lot more tie-ins between that, or they could just do a time jump and just,
Yeah.
but because I would love to see Kurt Russell into make his way into the movies or mix
Hmm.
and match the movie. Like, but that's the thing. The movie verse doesn't really have any more mainstay characters. They're all kind of shuffled around or dead, or
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's at the point
Yeah.
now where Monarch has a much more interesting group to follow. And you can't go wrong
Hmm.
with the Russells, man. They're just killing it.
Yeah.
So this is something that I've never noticed before, and this is concept art for Rodan from obviously King of the Monsters. One
Hmm.
before, where does the King of the Monsters design rank for you on
Rodan
overall
wise,
Rodan designs?
oh, that's a tough question. I never been
How about
asked that
you? How
before.
about you, chat? Where's the King of the Monster Rodan design? Rate.
Because my favorite, you know what? I think I could tell you. My favorite will always be 64. I know there's a goofy looking one, but there's times that he does look menacing a little bit. So I would go with 64, 65, then Monsterverse. So he's like my third favorite. Yeah,
Favorite.
the original don't crap my top three, ladies and gentlemen. Like that design of Rodan from the original film, not a big fan of it. So yeah, Monsterverse would be number three for me.
What?
Yeah, never really cared for that design. Never really cared for it. He looks too. I don't know. It's just something off about it. Like I would put him and the Rodan from Destroy All Monsters like on the same level. I'm sorry if we lose subscribers because of that, but that's how I feel. I love the movie. I love Rodan. Like I love that the original movie. I love how dark it
like
is. How yeah,
this you're putting
this
this.
and the original are the same for me. Like they can go to hell. I'm just, but yeah. Tony asked the question. Monster versus number three, which is still good.
Okay, Monster versus number three. For me, this is well, not this one. Yeah, I prefer 56. Honestly, I would have to go. I'm gonna go King of the Monsters, and then I would go 56 after that, and then
Mm.
64 or
Yeah,
Monster Zero.
Frank's in the chat. I think he agreed with me. I don't think he agreed with me on the Rodan on the original thing, but I think he agreed with my where the Monsterverse lies on his list, the same as mine. And also at the same time, I gotta give a huge shout out when we eventually do our Rodan episode on this channel. Frank's gonna be a part of it because he's a
Hell yeah!
huge
I can't wait to
Rodan fan.
have Frank
So
on.
can't wait. So um we're gonna get that done real soon. So can't wait to have that guy here for the first time on Kaiju Live. 'Cause he's an awesome dude.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed the stuff that he's been on, and we've talked a couple of times. What's up, Frank? What's up, man? It is weird though, because that's my dad's name, so always it's always weird a
Yeah.
little bit. So one of the things that I never noticed before, and I don't know how I never noticed this. Um, what does that look like to you?
Looks like Fire Rodan with the stuff
It
in his mouth and
looks like Burning Godzilla. The Burning Godzilla design that they went with
yeah,
is that.
yeah, yeah.
And now, because I remember seeing like all these concept art, and he has the fire like kind of like in the wings, but I was always like, how come they didn't do this? And then it makes me think that they were like, well, why don't we do that for Godzilla instead? And they just kind of dropped it, because that's literally Burning Godzilla from King of the Monsters. Like,
You never know. Maybe if they do build Rodan or build around Rodan in the next season, if there is one, maybe he can use that against Godzilla versus him just being an ordinary Rodan. Maybe he'll have like a he'll have to have something because I don't see him being the same size as Godzilla because he wasn't in King of the Monsters. If anything, it came across like I said it before, it came across like Godzilla versus the Giant Condor, which I'm not a big fan of
no,
that. I'm
I
sorry. I
I
don't
think
like when
Rodan was bigger
Rodan
than
is
that.
not that much. He wasn't the same size as Godzilla like in the Showa period. Like ever since the Showa
Oh no,
period,
yeah, no, show up
he
here, because
he
that's
has
like they had to have a guy also in that suit walk around. So like, of course he's gonna be
yeah, But
tremendous.
I never liked how they have diminished his size to make Godzilla look even more badass. I've never been a fan of that. I mean, I
As big
prefer them
as a
the same
battleship.
size. If anything, they should be on equal terms. Like Godzilla can deploy atomic breath, but yet he can't fly like Rodan. So it should be
Well,
kind of
you
like
sure
that. But
about
I
that?
understand in the MonsterVerse in the pecking order. Well, he does fly in Hedra, but I understand in the pecking order of the MonsterVerse, Godzilla is king. I get that. But if they're going to fight, it shouldn't be a foregone conclusion that it's going to be a cakewalk for Godzilla to go through Rodan, in my
Yeah.
opinion. At least he has to do something. So maybe that could be what it is.
I wonder if early drafts possibly too. I wonder if they were gonna have Rodan be the one to save Godzilla. Very similar to how Fire Rodan did. And him merging is why that design
That's
looks so
probably why they
similar.
didn't do it. That's probably why they didn't do it because they already done it. So they just swapped out Rodan for Mothra to do the exact same thing to not be a carbon copy.
Yeah.
That that's that's what I'm thinking. But I mean, but I'm just happy he's back. I'm just happy that
Oh
finally
yeah.
somebody is acknowledging Rodan. It's a shame that we're going to have to wait maybe 2 years for the show to come out because it was 2 years between season two and season one. So,
Well, we got a
but
lot of good
hopefully,
stuff in between though.
you ain't lying. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about
We got
one in a few minutes, a few seconds. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with season two of Monarch. I really enjoyed it. I love the monster moments. I love the human connections. I love that we got, again, this kick ass Rodan cameo at the end. And because again, I think I saw the episode before you did, and I texted you, and I was like, "Man, you're gonna love this episode." And I didn't want to tell you what it was going to
yeah.
be, but I knew when I saw that because you knew that was something. After they drove Titan X home, and they were bringing the episode to the close, whatever. You were like, they gotta show something. Like, what is it going to be? Because in the last season they showed Calm, which it wasn't really a surprise, right? This
Yeah.
was a legitimate surprise where I was like, ah,
Yeah.
really?
Because you're
So
just
yeah,
yeah, you just figure that they're done with Toho monsters, like that's kind of why we haven't really seen them. And even Mothra in New Empire was like a last minute decision where they had already created an entire new origin for another character just in case they couldn't retain the rights to have Mothra again.
hmm
So yeah, seeing them allow Rodan be in a TV show was not on my bingo card at all. And I apologize
hmm
to the people that follow Kaiju Live socials because I was
oh
so
boy,
freaking excited. I had posted up Rodan, like, guess who's back? Like I was so pumped and ready. And I know people always like spoilers, but I mean, there was no way in hell that the fandom was gonna let this kind of thing. Like if you weren't spoiled by me, you were gonna be spoiled by somebody else just by turning on your damn phone in the morning.
that's what I'm
Um,
saying.
it
That's
was
what I'm saying.
impossible. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do apologize, but I couldn't believe it. I was like in shock. I was like, "There's no way." We were just talking
hmm
about this. I love Rodan as as a dinosaur kid, so to speak. I've always been more attached to the kaiju that are more based off of actual dinosaurs, so like Anguirus, Rodan, Titanosaurus. So those are always like the ones that I've always gravitated to as a kid. So the fact that Rodan is
hmm
back, like, let's fucking go, let's go.
Absolutely.
But all right, let's get on to our next topic of the night, and this is another one that, speaking of surprises, now I've never actually seen this, but I do know
hmm
of it. And this is one of the Toho's like original classics from, I believe, 1960, The Human
Yes.
Vapor. And it's coming back out on Netflix. I would normally do like a trailer reaction, but because it's Toho, they'll probably just take this live down. So I'm not. I'm not going to do that. But, oh man, here we go. Look at this. Some classic stuff there. This is, so I get a lot of Invisible Man vibes from this in a different kind of way. But
hmm
you had brought up a comparison to another character that it reminds you of?
Yeah, Clayface. And it's kind of ironic. We got this trailer, and like maybe 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, we got the Clayface trailer, and they're both are horror reinterpretations of these classic characters. Um, Even on the more obscure side, because Clayface, I mean, he's a great villain, but he's not Joker, he's not Riddler, he's not Penguin, he's not a more recognizable Batman villain. The Human Vapor, I think only hardcore Tokusatsu fans know about that movie because that movie was made during the time because it made Godzilla in '54 and it made Godzilla Raise Again. But then after that, they would start to experiment with other sci-fi type of stories or characters. Rodan, Varan, half human, battling out of space, and Mothra and Matango and
Matango, yeah.
Matango and Atragon and all this stuff. And they brought the Human Vapor in 1960, and it's about this. Don't spoil it just a little bit about this guy, and he ends up involved in this experiment where he's able to turn himself into gas, and he goes on a killing spree. And the guy who plays that part is Yoshio Tsuchiya. And if you don't know who that is, he's the guy who played the controller of Planet X in Monster Zero. He plays Shindo
Yes.
in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. He was a scientist that killed himself, jumped out the window, and destroyed all monsters. He was Furukawa, the guy that went mad in Son of Godzilla. You already know who I'm talking about.
Yes, yes.
Um, so the fact that they're doing a modern day reinterpretation of this, of all things, and the fact that they didn't let anybody know, I just came across it randomly just last night. I was like, "What? They doing this?" And I love that when you don't know something like this is coming and just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And this
man.
is, to my knowledge, the first live action collaboration between Toho and Netflix. This is not going to be just a movie; it's going to be a series. And this is something that I have pitched a long time ago that they should do, kind of like what Monarch is doing, where they go back and they either reinterpret these more obscure characters or flesh them out even more or give them brand new tales. Um, and I want them, and if this is the start of things to come, like imagine a modern, and I told AJ this, imagine a modern day reinterpretation of Matango. Like
Yeah.
imagine if they did a show talking about the killer bugs from Rodan, the Mega Neuron, right? Like, can you imagine that if the potential of this show doing real, real well and basically being the catalyst of more obscure properties from Toho getting the green light treatment, and the people behind the special effects were behind Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Sign
And,
me up for
and
that.
maybe if this does well, we'll get an H-Man remake as well. That was also kind of part of the whole like transforming human series that they were doing
Hmm.
back in the late 50s. But speaking, you just brought up the Mega Girion from Rodan. Talk about another character that would be perfect for the Monsterverse. Just saying, just throwing that out
Hmm.
there. Like, why wasn't that on Skull Island? God damn it!
I mean, they are
Although,
bringing Rodan back. You never
yeah,
know. So,
that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah,
hmm
this is I can't wait to watch this. Definitely going to support this 100%. Hope it does really well. But yeah, what an awesome treat to see that Toho is really leaning into, not just Godzilla anymore. Like they're going for a classic, and like you said, this could spawn others if this does well. I think Matango.
hmm
I think people would lose their shit if they did a new Matango. Um,
Oh my God. Matango, even now, yes, I know it's a show of film and there are corny special effects but still watching that movie will make you uncomfortable. Like it is that jarring and a modern day reinterpretation because even the trailer to the Human Vapor, I think there's one shot where the guy vaporizes himself and he infiltrates the body of somebody and lifts him up in the air and makes the whole body explode with blood. It just splattering out
well,
everywhere.
yeah, that was
Yeah, sign me
very
up for that. Yeah,
that was definitely Clayface esque.
you ain't lying, man.
Or Frank brought up Sandman. Like Sandman's done some messed up shit like that in the comics before. So yeah, definitely get those But yeah,
And the cool thing is,
that's a type
this
of
show is
horror.
coming out in July. It's coming out in July. It's not coming out September or December. It is coming. It starts in July around G Fest time. So we're gonna
Yeah,
have some stuff to talk about come G Fest. Can't wait.
yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Um, I'm just gonna go on my own page here. I'm gonna shout myself out. Because there's some interesting stuff happening with model kits, and one of the things we have to talk about is X Plus has announced a Mecha King Ghidorah, the ones that fans have been dying for it seems like a decade at this point. It might even be, but there's one small caveat to that. Leslie, what's the caveat to that, sir?
The caveat to that is again S Plus. I think this was at a show recently. Um, and S Plus they showcase 91 Godzilla. That's going to be a model kit that you have to put together yourself. It's not going to be a pre-painted figure like normal S Plus figures. And there was a display card next to him because it had the full body of Godzilla. It was unpainted, but next to him was a display card that said that they were going to do a Mecha King Ghidorah in development. Um, I know some people ain't gonna fall for that because they did it the last time, and we've been waiting ever since, you know. But the fact that again, like what AJ said, their Mecha King Ghidorah has been the one monster that everybody has been asking for X Plus to do. I mean, or at least at the top of the list. Yeah, there have been some other monsters that people want to see, but Mecha King Ghidorah, in my opinion, has been the front runner for years and years and years. They teased it a couple times and they
Mm.
never followed through on it, and people have still been waiting. It's like people at the bus station, like they're waiting for that bus to come. Rain, sleet, shine. They're like, nope, nope, nope. Like you could take a Uber, you could take that train, you could take a bicycle. Nope, I'm gonna wait on that bus. That bus is
Yeah,
coming. Keep up alive, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming. And when S Plus finally decides to do a Mecha King Ghidorah, it's not going to be a fully painted one. It's something that you're going to have to put together yourself and build and paint it. If that is the ultimate middle finger to all those people,
I know.
that's that's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's normally I would be excited about this. I think it's actually really cool, and we're going to talk about it in a second, like this kind of plastic model kit resurgence that's happening with Godzilla. Obviously, plastic model kits are still going strong, but not particularly in the Godzilla world. X Plus particularly, I believe this is their first ever Godzilla with the plastic model kits. Usually they do the vinyl
I think so.
model kits, or most of the stuff has been Godzilla related or Universal monsters when it comes to the plastic model stuff. But yeah, this does seem like a big slap in the face, that they're releasing this as a plastic model kit. I will say the Godzilla 91 looks fantastic, though.
It does look
Absolutely
great.
fantastic.
I will admit that it does look great. But the thing also people have to realize, I don't know this for sure, but if you do the research on these plastic model kits of the kaiju they have done, Gamera 99 and Gamera 96, his height is only 11 to 12 centimeters, which roughly translate to 5 to 6 inches tall. So he's not going to be that big. And they've done the Legion also in a plastic model kit form, and she's at 20 centimeters. So I expect Mecha King Ghidorah probably going to be the same size. So really, you might as well just go for the Ichiban. If we're being honest, it's
Yeah,
already fully built and painted for you. They already got the Godzilla fully built and painted for you. I mean, I think at this point, it's nice that S Plus is doing this, but I think at this point, it's too little, too late. At this point, so
yeah. It's gonna be really hard to disagree. Like, if you want a fully painted one, the Ichiban is fantastic. It's fantastic. You're not gonna be able to beat it. Pound for pound, like money for money. There's a couple model kits that come close, but they're gonna cost you. They're
yeah,
gonna cost you for
damn sure
sure.
did. It cost
But
my behind. Jesus Christ.
but there was a lot of really cool stuff announced. Let me get into that in 1 second. So kind of like a resurgence. This was the first one that we've kind of knew about. Kyoto, and this again is a plastic model kit. I believe it's yellow. The model kit is a flat yellow, which actually looks really cool. And this is it done fully painted. And where's this other shot? Like, look at this from the side, man. Like,
That's cool.
That's so good. And I love Kyoto's doing all the monsters with these like little diorama bases, which I absolutely love. I'm a sucker for that. Absolute sucker. But not only is Kyoto in here, I'm gonna absolutely butcher this. Kotobukiya, maybe, possibly.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. They had just come out with. Oh wait, no, I'm skipping. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kyoto announced more stuff. Mecha Godzilla, dude, look at this Mecha Godzilla, and it's 75, I believe. It's
I was gonna say, is that
74.
75? It looks like
Yeah.
75 to me.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got another image. Hold on a sec. Pop this up.
The better looking one, in my opinion. With all due respect to 74.
Guy's going for haters today. Oop, 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 oop. Look at this shot. Look at this. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's 75 all day.
Again, these little, and again, the little diorama around it is awesome. Awesome. Like, absolutely love it. So this is fantastic. And then they also announced Gamera. Gamera stomping Gauss, fire in the mouth. Like, let's go. Look at this diorama. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Kyoto is killing it, and for someone that's been downsizing their collection, and these might be on my radar, man, for things to collect, because I don't know the scale of these. Let me see. What is the scale of the Ghidorah?
I don't think they're gonna be that big. I don't think they're gonna be
no,
like 30
I don't.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, so they're in like a 20 centimeter scale. Perfect.
Right. Yeah.
So not too big, nothing crazy like that. Oh, here's a good shot. Check this out. This is the King Ghidorah model kit, like in its entirety, just all plastic yellow. Look at all those pieces, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, and this is where you're either in it or it's not for you.
Oh my god.
I will say I do with plastic model kits. I actually do like as a kid. Those are the ones that I always did kind of enjoy building. So I'm definitely gonna probably give one of these a shot. Ghidorah probably not.
I was gonna say, you can do Ghidorah.
You know what? Maybe for this channel I will do Ghidorah, and I'll even paint it too. It will look like shit, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. And then they announced, Koto had announced, and I'm a big fan of theirs. I've been collecting a lot of their superhero stuff for, over 10 years now. So, and I've always been like, oh man, it'd be so cool if they ever got the Godzilla license. And while they're not doing fully painted vinyl figures, which is pretty much what I've usually collected from them with like Venom and Hulk and Juggernaut, Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
They are doing where's the real picture? Hold on a second. Kaiju Live. Where am I? I know I posted this.
Oh, and you know what? Frank's in the chat. He said, I think those pieces that you was talking about, I think Mecha Godzilla, and I think maybe he said he's seen them in person. He said they're like maybe 8 to 12 inches tall, which is still not bad.
Yeah, that's right. That's about that is 20 centimeter, right? Ish.
20 centimeters, like 7 inches.
Well,
7 to 8, something like that.
they are technically on a base, so that kind of props them up a little bit, maybe. Yeah. So Koto announced Shin
Godzilla,
and sculpt looks great. plastic model kits, man. Like having kind of a resurgence here with Godzilla,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I remember, man. The original,
Aurora, right?
yeah, the Aurora model kit. Like that's how a lot of collectors got started. Oh, did you see this,
Pretty
by the
much,
way?
yeah.
I had in I know you're not really a Sofubi guy, but this
Shocker.
I don't know if you can resist, or I just want your opinion on it. So I'm gonna turn you into a Sofubi guy. You're gonna get it. You keep hinting at it. Have you seen these, man?
Yes,
The
I did. Yes, I did.
Neo Player One War of the Gargantuans, dude. These are awesome. The only downfall is they're probably gonna cost like $1,000 each. So good hunting out there, everybody. But god damn, these are awesome. Absolutely
I ain't
awesome.
go. I ain't gonna lie. I know Sofubi ain't my thing, but
Yeah, you
the
can't lie.
gargantuous.
You
They,
can't.
I ain't gonna lie. The gargantuous, they're a weakness of mine. And if I if if I
Yeah.
had a chance to get them, I would get them. I
So
really would.
if these are magically somehow just at Kaiju Brooklyn, you all in on that?
Yeah.
I just say
Yeah.
if yeah, yeah, I think I
If they
would.
are there, then and it's for a good price. Now I'm not gonna pay a house mortgage for them, but again, everybody knows War of the Gargantuas is my favorite non-Godzilla giant monster film of all time. I love that movie. I love both Gargantuas, Sanda and Gaara, more so Gaara than Sanda. But and I mean, I got a few in my collection as you've seen, but I never had any Sofubi ones. So if they were to become available, or if I know somebody who can help me, absolutely,
Yeah, man.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty awesome. A couple other things that popped up that we haven't really talked about. We got a couple minutes here. These are awesome. These are coming from Art Spirits. These are kind of like this is like a real cross between an X Plus and a Chibi to me. Like it's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it more than a D for real, and it's I don't know. I love it. I think this is the perfect mix,
Mm-hmm. I
proportionally and
dig it.
everything. So I don't think they announced any kind of pricing yet, but these are really cool. Digging these. Also, if you haven't been paying attention, Cavity Colors has actually they just dropped Godzilla vs. Biolante line, but I believe last week they
Yes.
dropped a Godzilla vs.
Oh
Megalon.
yeah.
So if you have not used our promo code, it is for one use only, 10% off. Use Kaiju Live Shop at Cavity Colors. If you have used it, I don't think it will work twice. So the first time ever seeing this, get that 10% off because honestly, these two drops are pretty fantastic. I'm probably gonna get that Godzilla vs Megalon hoodie because I can't resist hoodies. Can't
Yeah,
resist them.
I'm gonna get the Biollante shirt where it has the movie poster of,
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I mean that's.
yeah. I'm gonna get Sandra one, so
I'm surprised they
I'm gonna get
haven't
that
done
for
that.
her.
I think this is the first one where they've actually just released the movie poster from Cavity Colors.
Oh, let's see.
I
I
don't
want to think
think
it was.
they've
I
done
don't
it.
think so either.
So,
I'm trying to think if there was another one, but I don't think so. But uh, yeah, yeah. This is the first. This is the first.
speaking of Megalon, hello, this thing is amazing. They're doing the what was this oh my god,
Gemstone.
the gemstone Megalon, but in flight, which I think is incredible. So definitely picking this up or hope to get it at some point. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. There's some other cool Sofubi, although you probably don't care. But you know what? I'm gonna put it up anyway. Put it up anyway.
Yes. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Yeah,
yeah,
Rodan. That's awesome.
yeah. There's Rodan. Look at him. Look at him. He's beautiful. This was pretty awesome too. So
Hmm.
we got a new glow in the dark there of Shin Godzilla, baby Shin Godzilla,
Yeah.
or Kato Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
this company's been putting out some good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? This is giving me. I'm going to Japan again next year for Wonderfest, and this is giving me some. Get me hyped up for Wonderfest, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna be I'm gonna be shooting a whole bunch of videos and stuff, and migrate them back here to Kaiju Live, man. Yeah, meeting Frank out there too. Yeah, this is again,
Hey,
this year is going to
did
be
you see
really,
this?
really awesome. Um, is that Godzilla Earth right there?
Yeah, CCP is
Well,
doing brand new Sofubi from Godzilla Earth.
yeah,
I
the
actually
collard
I
green
actually dig it.
Godzilla.
I actually dig it. I don't
Eh,
hate the Godzilla Earth design. It's just not something I truly love
I can't
be,
stand it.
because it's it's trash. Everything about that
I can't stand
anime
it.
is trash.
Yeah, but ain't he like 4 miles tall or something like that? Like I haven't really
He's
seen.
more than that. He's absurd. There's like a
Okay,
Godzilla there. The whole twist is like there's Godzilla. You think it's Godzilla, but then like actual Godzilla Earth awakens, and it's nonsense.
yeah, he's like the size of Africa or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, basically, like he is. Yeah, he's the entire state essentially.
Yeah, but either way, it's cool. But again, like I was gonna say, like we between again, I hate to see Monarch go, but at the same time, we got some great stuff coming up. Again,
Yeah,
Kaiju
man.
Brooklyn, 2 weeks from now. After that,
Yeah,
G
man.
Fest, the Human Vapor show, July. Um, all the shows we got planned here on Kaiju Live. Then minus zero by the end of the
Well,
year. Like we're
uh, a,
cooking.
spe- a special show we got coming up actually Saturday the 23rd at 6 p.m. We're doing another masterclass, and this time joined by Dope Pope. Joe is joining us, and I can't wait. That's going to be a great one. Right, the week right before Kaiju Brooklyn. Um, so I'm
You're
sure
not
that
nervous, are you? You're not nervous, are you?
I'm pretty fucking nervous, man. Yeah, look, man, it's 2 weeks. I still got some prepping to do, making sure everything even comes on time. A lot of the stuff should actually be here tomorrow to finish, so me and Dad can actually build the layout in the garage and really see like how what we're doing, where everything's going, yada yada yada. Because that's me. Like I have to be prepared. Everything has to be set up. Everything has to be functional. Like I don't like surprises. So yeah, I'm gonna be stressing out, and yeah, I'm gonna be nervous. And it's our first time ever vending.
You'll be fine.
It's gonna be awesome to see everybody. Oh, that's actually another a big thing. I was asked by Sal, who runs all the panels, to moderate the Tom Whalen panel
That's
at
right.
Kaiju
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
that's right.
So I am unbelievably honored that I was even asked to do that. It's again another thing. Are you nervous? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm
It's a
stepping.
good nervous though.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
good nervous.
absolutely. I'm just stepping right into. Oh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna moderate a panel discussion. You're gonna vend at the show. I'm gonna be bringing some equipment with me, trying to do some in-person interviews, and so I'm definitely jumping out of my comfort zone. Obviously, I won't be in my little studio here and into the real world doing actual Kaiju live in live person. It's gonna be weird to actually like moderate something and look out into the audience and see people and not just the camera that I'm always looking right into. So it's gonna be fun though. But yeah, I can't wait to have on Dope Pope. I can't wait for Kaiju Brooklyn, man. It's gonna be and another cool thing too. I don't know if you know, my sister has been doing this whole balloon thing, right? And she's been killing it doing these uh big balloon display designs for birthday parties and weddings and special events like that. So she's actually she's working on a King Ghidorah balloon like head.
Ooh,
And
really?
we might have we're still trying to figure out what we want to do. There might either be a big UGAC like balloon display.
That'd be
um
awesome.
they've made little turtles, like little Gamera turtles. So we're gonna have some fun stuff at the booth, man. It's gonna
Can't
be
wait.
awesome, and it's the whole
Can't wait.
family, which is what Kaiju Live, how it's always, or originally started was, Dad, me, and Crystal doing it all together. And Kelly won't be there in terms of like as a vendor, like with us at the table. Like she probably will a bit, but she's gonna come with the kids and like hang out and get that experience. So she'll be there, but probably not
The
probably
entirety
more,
while you're there.
yeah, probably
Yeah.
more so entertaining the kids
Hmm.
than selling stuff at the table. But me, Dad, and Crystal will be at the table. So It's gonna be cool, man. Yeah, but am I nervous? Absolutely. But like you said, it's a good nervous. It's a good nervous. But yeah, man. So I got some cool stuff coming. We got some table runners. I got like black tablecloths. I got a whole freaking banner thing that's like has the Kaiju Live and KLTV logos on it. To but behind us, you know, and then we're gonna have regular stuff, you know, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, game pads. I'm trying to get big game pads with the Matt Frank artwork on it. And also I'm gonna save this for the show, or maybe as we get closer, but the Evil UGX Sofubi prototype is done and it's on its way to me. So that will be on display as Dad and I try to create the Kaiju Live monster universe and you know, figures within that. And we're working with James Groman to make some more monsters in that series. And I've seen you know, we've seen some of the designs and really excited to share it with you guys, and hopefully we can make that you know, that those figures soon, man. It's exciting stuff, dude. It's exciting stuff.
Congratulations, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Oh,
you deserve
no,
it.
Please no. Tell Kelly we need one live finger puppet theater at Kaiju Brooklyn. Oh, you know what? Yes. Well, we'll definitely have something there for that. Oh, thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you, man. Nathaniel says, "Are you going to spend $10,000 at Wonderfest, Leslie?"
$10,000. I wouldn't go that far because I mean,
well, with
married.
The flight and everything, maybe everything all together, possibly.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, because honestly, over there in Japan, things are really cheap. Like, you know, the dollar is really favorable over there.
Yeah, to spend
so
$10,000 in
get
Japan, you coming back.
But I'm not doing $10,000. I'm not doing that. Like I said, like I love being married, and I'm not gonna risk my marriage over that.
Yeah, we're still you know, we're hoping it can work out, but you know, we might be joining you guys on that trip with the whole family. And be going to Disney in Japan. That's the what we're trying to figure out if we can do it. I hope we can. You know, we'll see how things shake out. But all right, everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. 1 million yen. Yes.
No, Frank, I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
You know Sandra. You already know Sandra. No, ain't doing it.
Anyone that's a big statue collectors, maybe I shouldn't even tell you this, Leslie, but I'm going to anyway. Just try to ruin some wallets. Prime One right now on their website is having their big summer sale, and there's some Godzilla stuff there. Like, I don't know, maybe they have the entire Godzilla vs. Kong diorama for like 40% off. Just saying.
And that still brings up to 18 grand. So no, thank you.
Yeah, but Prime One,
thank you.
Prime One's having their big sale, and I'm fighting the urge because that was actually something that I had pre-ordered that I had to let go of. And seeing it for that price, I'm like, no, be strong. You can't do that right now. Plus, I hope she's sleeping. But plus, I have nowhere to put any of that. Anyway, so that's the thing that really has me not pulling the trigger is I just don't want to get stuff and then they're just in a box and it's just like, oh cool, there it is, it's in that box over there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of stuff coming up, and I think that about wraps it up. Oh, if you've ever been a fan of the Square Table podcast with Vondro and I, we started the Square Table podcast, its own channel. That content's not going to be here anymore. Kaiju Live is now going to be Kaiju all the time. And as well as the sports, we also started a Square Table sports channel. So everything's going to be its own thing going forward. And I really want to thank you all so much over the last, how long have I been back now? September, I think it was. Yeah, because that's kind of when the football stuff started and Square Table Sports was born and all that. So, really getting back into it. The channel is about to be monetized again, which means we hit the 4,000 watch hour mark. And I just want to thank every single one of you for tuning in all of these months, watching us live, watching me make a fool of myself. Leslie, I want to thank you so much for, we started What's New in Kaiju at the beginning of the year, and we've been here every Wednesday, and doing this show has been an honor and a privilege, dude. I'm so honored to, call you a friend, dude. This show's great. I love doing this every week. It's something I look forward to, and I can't wait for it to continue to grow. And this is probably the most emotional I've ever been live. So I just want you to take that. I usually don't convey any of this stuff in words. So
I'm soaking it all in like a sponge. This I'm gonna replay this for my
yeah,
coworkers tomorrow. Somebody actually likes me besides my
yeah.
wife and Frank.
Oh my god.
It's all good.
But
But you know what? I appreciate that. It means a lot to be a part of the Kaiju Life family. I can't. I've been kind of adjacent to it for a few years, but to be official, be a part of it means a lot,
yeah, man.
and
I and
I'm
I
glad to be here. So
and I honestly, even though we see each other every week, I can't wait to see the boys, all the boys in person on Sunday. You and John and everything is gonna be awesome.
yeah, yeah, we're gonna get arrested, so that's fine.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I wouldn't have it any other way. And on that note,
You know what?
like and subscribe and be on the lookout for more content from Kaiju Live. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.